Jackie and Dave are going off tedding. There's a bit of hay down, which has since got wet, but they're going to go and ted it anyway. And I think they're going to go off and ted the straw as well. Farmer's just gone to go and check the fields to see what the moisture is right now, because it's going to be a good day of sunshine. So yeah, it won't take long for the grain to start coming down. Just going to blow the tractors off, because the tractors have been running next to the combine in the dust and the soot, and it soon clogs everything up. I'll show you just in here. This one's not too bad, but you can see it all getting on the in the radiators there, and it gets on the engine and around the back end as well. So we're just going to blow that off while we're here. We've got topper, we'll blow that off as well. But it all starts sitting on top of the gearbox. That all creates heat, which is not good. You want to keep them as clear as possible. Yeah, she's full of fuel, she's blown out, she's ready to go.
I'll be back in a minute, because we've got to try and put it in the dryer, haven't we?
Yeah, he'll have a load of wet stuff that wants to go in the dryer straight away. So
I'll put the key on this in case you've got to move that.
No, that'll be alright, that'll be fine there.
What's that in there? That's from Up Chelton, is it?
That's from Up Chelton the other night, yeah.
Dried or not?
No, it's too dry, that is. That was 16%, that stuff there. So, yeah. So it's going through the dryer, but we want to mix your stuff right this second. Will be a little bit wetter than that. So
this is 20 coming in, I think.
Yeah, so we'll get that through the dryer straight away, and
I'll see you in a little while.
He's eager to get going. All right, just sent Linda off with one of the bearings. I didn't realise there was two, but this is the bearing for the shaft for my tractor underneath. So Ollie will hopefully, fingers crossed, knowing Ollie, he works fast. He'll have that tractor up and running today, and we can get it back on this trailer with its air brakes. The other tractor has got air brakes, but we just haven't had the time to fiddle about moving tractors. So we're going to run this trailer up to the field for the farmer, so he's got some emptying to do. Uncle Franklin's going to bring back some wet stuff that needs to go straight in the dryer. So we'll be at the yard pushing up and keeping the dryer going while the lads are bringing the corn back today. If you listen carefully, you'll hear the wheat actually cracking, and it's the plants. They're opening up to let the corn dry. See? And then when it gets wet, it all closes back up again, protects the thing. But we're here to test and see where we are. You want to go random, you don't want to just pick in one spot. All right, there we go. So the first one, this is Jackie's, this farm. How many fields here? 1, 2, 3 fields here of wheat. First test was 19%. It's only I think it's 1 o'clock, so by 2 or 3 o'clock that will be getting down to where it should be. But farmer might dig into this first. We'll go and check the other field. The guys will be running the trailers back. We're going to be keeping the dryer field because we've still got a whole shed, about probably getting on for 180 tons worth of wet in there, and the stuff that comes in for the next 2 hours is going to be wet as well. As soon as it is dry, they will start tipping in the dry shed. This first load is 19%, so it needs to go straight in the dryer because we don't want it sat in the middle of the heap to go back. But just check, make sure it's been in there a little long. Just means the grain's cooler. It should be fine. It will be fine. We just let her out. You don't want to linger around the dryer too long and get dust everywhere. There it comes. All this goes onto the dry heap. This is Costello. This is Nelson. We've got one more field of Nelson left, so we're going to put it on that heap. Once the dryer is empty, we can start filling it up again with that wet stuff Uncle Franklin's just brought in. Moving the combine, so they're going to have a half-hour break while they move the combine and the corn dries a little bit. And the next stuff coming in should be about 18.5, something like that. And then getting on towards the afternoon, it should become dry, and then tomorrow's lot should be dry all day. That's the dryer empty, so you got to remember to cool your right. And now we switch it to filling. Just need to set our temperature, because this stuff's a little bit wetter. So you move the dial. About right. When we get into the drier stuff, we move that back down, because it just takes the corn a little bit longer to heat up, that's all. Our little handle here. That engages our PTO, which runs down here into here, and if we put our hand in this stuff, you can feel it. It feels all clammy and soft. So we're going to get a good mixture of that and some 16% stuff, and that will be fine. And then literally we just fill it up. When it gets to the cone, that's when we run out and turn the burner on. And once the burner is on, we just keep filling until it gets to the top, and then hope you don't overfill it, because if you overfill it, it just comes right over the top and out over the side. But there's a little trick you can do if you do that. So. But yeah, we're going to fill this up now. This job isn't a fascinating one, but it's an important one at the same time. Whereas there won't be many combines out there cutting, you know, the ones with drying floors maybe. But it just means we can keep going when others can't. Young Dave is going to sit on the grain trailer with Uncle Franklin. I don't know where Barry is today. Took the cow and calf out yesterday. She's gone back up to a paddock with some others that we're going to keep an eye on her. This 19% stuff runs like treacle. It won't run up the augers the same. It runs like glue. It's noticeable when you're filling, when you're tipping. It just doesn't run the same. Once you've got about half a load, or you're above the cone, you can turn the burner on. That's it. Now that's in there for a good couple of hours. Hello? Right, she's nearly full up. The next bit, you can see she's about 12 inches from the top. Just put a bucket in, that should bring her somewhere about right, but you'll start seeing it fill up, and then when it gets to the very top, that's when you switch her back on to thing. But you've got to remember the auger's full, so you've still got a lot of grain going up there, so you've got to give that a thought as well. And all we do is pull our handle back up to the top, that turns that auger off, and then it just basically it recirculates itself over the heat. The grain drops down, then comes back up the centre and drops down, and that's how it dries. If you're wondering if I've had it come over the top, yes I have. If it's going to come over the top, just quickly run and let it out your handle. A tiny bit in there mixed in will it'll blend in, you'll never notice that. Getting there now. The other thing you could do is if you come back far enough, see it poking out the top there. Alright, that's gonna do it. matter about shutting the auger off, because that just stops, basically just stops. But it's still going up the centre of the auger at the minute, so it's still filling, and we just make sure we haven't overdone it. So there's some drier stuff in there, there's some wetter stuff in there, so it should blend down to about 18%, something like that. It'll average out about 18 at present, and we will dry it down to about 14.5. The burner will stay on until the grain hits about 42 to 43 degrees. Then the burner shuts off. Then you have to cool it back down to about 30 degrees. You can let it out at 30, and then we give it a good test. We let some out, test it, make sure it's the right moisture. If it's not the right moisture, we have to put the burner back on for 10 minutes, and then just let it go a little bit longer. But it's not that big a job. It's when you got the trailers coming in, we've got to be testing the trailers that are coming in. The first few will go in the wet store. There's a bit of pushing up to do, so you're never really looking for a job. You do get 10 minutes here and there. The drier stuff dries faster, so it's not in the dryer for as long. But this stuff will probably be in there, I would imagine, hour and a half to 2 hours, I'd have thought. Uncle Franklin is just weighing on the bridge. Gives us some sort of idea what's coming into the store. Just going to climb up and take a sample. Right. And then we'll, as soon as we hit 15% on the moisture, we will be tipping in the dry then. I think this is going to be a little bit high yet. 17.7. 17.7 already. That's come down a lot in an hour, isn't it? Once we're below 15%, the guys can come straight in here and start tipping, and then I can just focus on getting that other heap dry. And before the night's out, we'll be in a good little position, I think. I'll tell you what came in that time. 12.3 tons on the first one, and nearly 13 tons on the second one. Lynn's just telling me 3 nets on there for the baler, £500. Oh my heck. I can't believe how much that is. That will get you, that'll roughly do 300 bales each, so I'll let you do the math on that one. That's expensive, isn't it, Lynn?
Yeah, but then you look at the bales and you can't do it now.
How much is it then? Let's see how good your maths is.
No, I don't know.
300 bales. Does 300? Yeah. £2?
No, 50 pence.
Oh, when you say it like that, it's different, isn't it? Oh, yeah, yeah. Have a little look at the sample. Oh, grains. It's warm. 1 minute, Dave. What are you guessing? Last load was 17.6. 17.4. I reckon 17. The outside jack is. Sweet. Is it yielding alright, do you reckon? Or have you only just got there? 17.7, that. In the wet store, please. Remember to let her come down.
Nice little job there,
Yeah?
yeah. Lorry coming for a load of straw. I'll go and get it out.
Okay.
Come round in, well, 20 minutes after I gone, or half hour.
Yeah?
Just bring a load back round.
Yeah?
They said it went under the wire, so it went longer down the field.
Okay.
Uh,
Bring it out that way then.
it'll come under the wire, he said.
Yeah.
So we've got to bring 50,
55.
60.
Okay.
Little trailers round there. And I'll take the 64.
Yeah.
So I know that'll go under that.
Yeah. Alright.
There you are.
Okay. You'll go back with Dave, alright?
Yeah, has he got his car up there?
Yeah, he's got a tractor there. Alright? You okay?
Well, Ian, my phone ain't been working. Tried it for 2 days.
Mate.
he said.
Flipping out, we thought you died or something.
Where do you want me out the way then?
Anywhere out the way. Isn't that the best shot?
Love it.
The old man's got a load of straw coming in as well, so those big bale straw we did the other day and brought home. They're going, I imagine they're going back to Wales. I'd have thought. We'll see later on when the lorry comes in. Right, it's currently 4 o'clock, and I was fully expecting that to be dry by now, but for some reason, I don't know, it's gone a bit muggy outside. The wind's dropped a bit and it's still coming in at 17, so it's not the end of the world, but it's still got to come on the wet heap. So it just means more drying, unfortunately, but this morning that was dropping so fast, I was convinced by at least now we'll be tipping on the dry heap, but it looks like it's going to be 6 o'clock before it's anything like dry at this rate. The sun's sort of gone in, it's cloudy and muggy, you know. Keithy's out there, I think Keithy's out there tedding the straw, getting the straw dry. We want to do some small baling on the straw, so yeah, tomorrow afternoon there might be some small baling on the straw. Cole will be out there round baling behind the combine, I'm sure. Uncle Franklin's grain trailer, Barry's grain trailer, and young David there will be on the tedder as well. He's sort of in between jobs, you know, you get taken off things to do something else, stuff like that. Right, a man for his straw is here, wagon and drag. We're going to have to weigh him 3 times because his lorry's pretty long. And it's coming in dry now. First 2 loads that have come in dry, just over 15%, so we'll get our dryers down below 14.5 and we'll blend it in and it will be more than adequate. It doesn't need to run through the dryer at that. There we go, we'll get this lot pushed up. We've had one out the dryer as well. That's nice and dry, that was that wet stuff. Looks like Dave's back from tedding. Took a real tractor this time. Oh, there's Keithy as well. What do you think of the real tractor? Good, isn't it? Yeah, that sounds way better. How many you got on there then, sir?
49.
49. That'll do. I'll weigh you out.
Well, what 2 tatters going?
Yeah, I've been out telling straw. Not the best.
That's a good idea, isn't it?
Hey?
It's a telling straw.
Yeah.
Wet?
Yeah, it keeps raining. It's annoying.
It's just now here.
Yeah. Every time we cut a bit, it rains on it. I'm gonna get some better now, aren't we?
You filming me?
3 days and
You
then...
filming me?
No, never.
I saw it. I saw it on YouTube.
Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. What do you think? Good?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I film all the old boys.
I saw it.
Yeah.
The girl in the office.
Hey,
Yes.
famous now, you see.
Her son saw it.
Oh yeah.
Only a little kid.
Oh, good.
I didn't know it was on.
Yeah. I like to include everyone. You know, it's about everyone, isn't it? You know, that's what it's about. This heap was a Nelson heap. This was off the front of the farm here. I don't know about the results back for the milling yet. I don't know whether it made the grade or not, but by the time I edit this I should know, and I will paste it over top if it did or if it didn't. I think farmer said it only yielded I think it only yielded just over 2.5, I think. 2.5 ton to the acre out there. A bit of a shame. We've got one more field in Elson to come in. That'll be the last field to come in. It might be tonight. It most likely might be tomorrow, depending on how the combining goes. They've had to move the combine a few times today, so it's always a bit slower until you get into the bigger fields. Yep. Okay. Whoa! Lovely job. All fixed then, isn't it? Done well with that, ain't he? That'll do. That gives us another tractor back. That's good. Dave will put that out of the way for us. We are 14.8, that is bang where we want to be. So he's going to have to adjust himself there. That's good, 14.8 is where it wants to be. Beautiful trailer, this one. I want it to stay. Every year I wish it could stay. I don't think farmer will let us have one. Those grains are smaller, those are. Come on. We're going to leave it there because this video will probably be far too long as per usual. But yeah, big thanks to Ollie for getting the old tractor sorted out for us. You're not going to go through a season and not have anything go wrong. So those sort of things don't bother us too much. Get them sorted, get them fixed, and do them right. You know, do them right and you won't have a problem with it again. I think this is about ready to come out. Gonna load one more in. It's 7. That'll be fine. 7 o'clock at night. Farmer's got 2 more fields left on the wheat to do. And they're coming in dry now, so I imagine they'll keep going. If that's dry, it's dry. So they'll keep going until into the night. So we might as well load one. We're going to keep pushing up for the guys so they haven't got to worry about it, and we can load another dryer load full of wet, run it through the dryer. One less load for tomorrow. Hope you're liking the harvest videos. We'll do some grain testing on some of the next videos. We'll do a weight test on the Castello. That last stuff they just brought in, the seed was noticeably smaller, and farmer said they aren't yielding as much. Those are some of mixed fields, so they're obviously lacking a little bit over there on something. We got hit with a bit of wireworm over there. We noticed when the crop was coming up. You know, it's still yielding 3 tons, so you've got to be thankful for that, I guess. Going to be a nice big heap of wheat in there. It's 10 o'clock at night. We're still drying, but I wanted to show you something real quick. The moisture's gone up again, so they're tipping in the wet store, but on this new Manitou, it's going to go blurry for a second, but I just thought it was a nice touch. I don't know if the other one's got it or not, but you'll see in a second as I open the door. Look at that! I don't know if you can see it. It's like a little, it's just a door. It's just a lovely little touch. So you can see the step of the door, look. Bump, lovely. I just thought that was a lovely little touch. Anyway, we'll catch you tomorrow. I don't know if we're going to finish this week tonight or not. The moisture's creeping up now, so sitting at 16.7, which is plenty fine to dry, but it'll soon start getting to the point where you don't want to combine anymore. We've got some fine days. Got fine days tomorrow and the next day, so yeah, I don't know how many tons of wheat there are going to be. A lot by the looks of things. Shed's pretty full. They've got a field and a half left of the wheat, and then they're done with the wheat, so then they'll move on to something else, and we'll see what that is tomorrow.